Hey guys, Matt Bishop here. Welcome to the Talk This Way podcast. Who do I have today? Who the hell is on the show? We got Peter and Koosh from Who on Earth, up and coming rock band from the heart of New Jersey. Guys, thanks so much for jumping on. What's happening?
Hey man, thanks for having us, bro. Great to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to be here, Matt.
So we'll just get right into it. You guys got a lot going on right now. We have some lineup changes. We got new record coming out, debut full length. How are we feeling right now? What's happening like right this moment?
Well, right now we are our sort of full-length album, debut album, Blame, came out October 2022. And we have just been literally gigging. Like you said, we've had some lineup changes. We've been creating a lot of content, a lot of videos. We're trying to do videos for as many songs as we can and getting the name of the band out there. We are slowly building a following and, we're going for it. So we are extremely active, extremely busy, and having a good time doing it. Lots of exciting stuff happening.
Very cool. You guys got so we got the new lineup. We're a 5-piece now.
How
It's
exciting is
official.
that? Yeah, it's official now. We got Johnny James in, and we got Bruce Gatewood just hammering those strings.
Yeah, Johnny James. I play in another band, and so does our drummer Joe, a thrash metal band. It's Who on Earth is kind of our softer hard rock side, but for fun, we play in a thrash metal band, and Johnny's the guitar player of that band. He's just so diversified. He brings an element of totally different style. Great songwriter, backing vocals. Bruce is a veteran player, has been playing his whole life. He teaches, he plays almost every instrument, teaches on every instrument, can sing and harmonize. So the band is just like talent-wise, our ability live to do more backing vocals, for the guitarists to harmonize more and riff on each other more is terribly exciting. A, what they're going to do with the songs we already have, and B, what's going to happen going forward when we start recording, because this is a band that's constantly writing. We hope to be at least getting an EP started by the end of the year. We want to keep rolling it out. Like the bands we grew up with, they put out an album every year. We want to constantly stay relevant, constantly stay creative. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, and Joe was really excited about having the two guitarists because he's like, now it's like a wall of sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we're real happy to have this all happen to us.
Very cool. And now, you guys are kind of spread out. We got some guys in Jersey. We got some folks down in Florida. Got some palm trees in the background there. I'm jealous, brother. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it's easier nowadays with technology. We don't all have to, be in the same room, cutting something on tape. We can record parts, send them down through email, and see what we like, what we don't, feed off that. Hey, I'll send you my part now. See what you think. Does this work with yours? It's got to making music is easier, I feel. And especially for a band like you guys, where, we got some guys in different pockets of the country.
Yeah, it does make it easier, but you lose that energy when you're not all in the same room together. When we all get in the room together, it's powerful.
Mhm.
You can send riffs back and forth, a little bit of that and that, but especially for Pete and I, when we are one on one at the round table, which is the kitchen table, and it's our special spot. It's like the energy, you can just feel the electricity start to slowly build up to where you feel like you're sitting next to a transformer, and like, oh yes, just you know all that creative energy comes out of you, and just we make all the new stuff like that. We enjoy being together more than we like the technology.
Yeah, absolutely. But you are right, Matt. For a lot of that other stuff, like the initial setting the table for ideas and stuff, a lot of that can be done from afar. And it's those final stages when we kind of have a song framed out and we all get together, or Kush and I sit down and go over melodies and lyrics. We're very particular with our lyrics. Every word has its own rhythm. Every syllable of every word, is dissected, and it either fits or it doesn't fit. So we're aware of that and conscious of that, and we want the song to have meaning, and a meaning that's not so obvious. So when you're trying to do all that, it's a whole nother layer of creativity that's very important to us. And Kush and I, when we'll spend hours on working on a line or two of a song, or we might get half the lyrics to a song in 5 minutes, you know, and that has to be done kind of in person, you know. Or that's where it really cements and gets exciting, because we'll be like, oh, I love it, that's great, you know, like those moments only happen in person.
Yeah, we don't have these cookie cutter songs, you know, like about, you know, ooh, here's my fast car and this is what I'm doing. You know, we have ours, you know, we get the blood, sweat, and tears of our personal experiences in our life. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, he says, you know, you guys are older, you're in your 50s. He says, I believe your lyrics. He says, you
Yeah.
know, I see this 22-year-old kid who's all ripped and perfect skin and everything, telling me about his misery in life. What
Right.
misery
Yeah.
could you have had at 22?
Yeah. Yeah. I really appreciate as a fan when bands can, you know, continue to be relatable in different ways as they get older. You know, I think, you know, one band that comes to mind, obviously, you know, they're the biggest, you know, but Metallica, like in '83, Kill 'Em All, like they were so full of piss and vinegar, man. And now I honestly don't want to hear that from them, because they have more money than they can ever spend. You know, they're older, you know, they got some grays in the beard, like be more relatable. And they have been, you know, their albums are kind of like, you know, Death Magnetic, you know, death is coming, we're slowing down. Now this new one is about, like, you know, the seasons that you go through in like a whole life change. And I get that. I feel that. And, you know, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear and just you have $1 billion. You know, and I think it's very cool, you know, that you guys are, you know, making a conscious effort to, you know, make people feel, you know, what you guys are feeling and make it be authentic.
Yeah. 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 That's important to us to we have stories to tell, like who said, you know, we're not spring chickens, as you can see. But we use that to our advantage, you know. We have lots of influences, you know, we have been listening to music for over 40 years, you know, every major genre of rock and metal we've experienced as it happened, and has influenced us in some way, either consciously or subconsciously. And that's a very valuable thing to have at our stage and at our age, creating music, you know.
Being from New Jersey, well, mostly from New Jersey. um, I think Jersey might have like the richest rock heritage maybe in the country. I don't know. We'd have to, you know, sit down and map it out, but so many great bands, you know, Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Overkill, the list goes on and on. Is there like, is there a pressure to, you know, kind of, you know, live up to like the Jersey rock name, the Jersey rock heritage? Or are you guys just more or less just trying to be yourselves and do your thing, and you're also happen to be from Jersey?
Definitely the latter for me. I don't know how you feel, Kush. Well, Kush is he's born and raised in Canada, lives in Florida. We met in Staten Island, New York, because he was working on
Oh
boats.
man.
So it's like, yeah, he's the nomad. But being the Jersey guy here, and I was really a New Yorker, to be honest with you, Staten Island, Brooklyn. I appreciate and value those guys. Skid Row is another
Oh
Jersey
yeah.
band. I love Skid Row. But yeah, I mean, no pressure, no pressure whatsoever. Just happy. But I will say the Jersey scene now, I've been going and checking out a lot of other local bands. There's a revival, a lot of good original music coming out. Some of it's heavy, some of it's not. It's just good to see the scene back alive again. But yeah, we'll always nod our tip our caps to the guys before us from the state. We have pride in wherever we live, but it's just about making good music and really scratching and clawing, because it's so damn competitive, especially when you're not signed and you're doing it yourself like we are, you know.
You guys got the Dingbat show coming up, legendary Jersey Rock Club. That's got to be pretty awesome. You guys are probably going to do a couple days rehearsal and then fired off on the 30th.
Yeah, really excited about this one. What do you think, Pete? You just
Yeah,
played there
man,
in Florida, yeah?
it's a great venue. I love it. It's a great rock bar. You know, we have some other great bands on the bill with us. The sound in there is always awesome. And yeah, man, we're excited. It'll be our first gig with the full lineup. We've got a great photographer who's going to take some great pictures of us. And and yeah, man, we're just gonna have a great time. You know, it's we're lucky and we're grateful, and we'll be promoting the shit out of it. We promote all our shows heavily. And yeah, we got a lot of good stuff. I think we have 6 gigs lined up between now and June, and we're trying to book more. And yeah, man, this is it. It's something to see live. It's you got to hear Koosh live. We don't do any backing vocal. We do backing vocals, no backing tracks.
Mhm.
We play with some bands, and they have their amps on the stage, and then there's this other computer tower. We're like, what the
Mhm.
hell is that? You know, with a separate laptop.
Yeah.
We don't have one of those. What you see is what you get. And sometimes we fuck up and whatever, and well, it's part of live music. We roll with it, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only vocal processors right
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen, first of all, like I appreciate, like what you guys do, the 100% genuine, raw. It is what you see is what you get. But like you mentioned, when you see like the band like bring the computer on, so many people hate that, and I'm just kind of like, all right, hey, if that's you, they're not trying to hide it. I mean, they literally set the laptop on top of the amp. So if that's how you guys perform, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and make comments. I'm not a musician. So if that's your deal, that's cool with me. Don't pretend to be something else. Don't hide the laptop or the iPod or whatever. But yeah. So if whatever you do is cool with me, but man, there is, with that being said, there is something about that when it's just totally raw and you just hear, the fingers just, sliding on the strings and whatever else. It just, I don't know, feels better to me. But hey,
Yeah.
everybody does their thing, and that's cool with me. I'll still buy my tickets and come out, and it's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. And you're right. And look, there is a lot you can do with enhancing the sound as far as, overlays and whatnot. But when it comes to the performance, we're authentic. That's just the way we roll. And yeah, no judgment on anybody else. And people go to see bands knowing that there's full backing,
Mhm.
instrumentation and vocal. I get it. I just saw Motley Crue, and it was
Yeah.
excellent to the album. I think John 5 was the only real guy playing, and Tommy Lee. But I had a great time.
Yeah.
My girlfriend
It's a
had a
great
great
show.
time. Yeah, it's cool. It's rock and roll. We'll take it.
Were you at the one down in AC?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was there. Yep. Yeah, it was a great show. John 5, it was his first one with them. It was pretty
Oh,
cool.
so
Yeah.
good. He's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. They
It's great.
still, they're still kicking ass, and it's just fun. And yeah, people just gotta just take a chill pill and just enjoy it, man. It's not gonna be, this like masterful symphonic hit every note. That's not like really what rock and roll. Some of it is, you got some guys out there like that, but for the most part, rock and roll is just down and dirty. And, the whole thing is just one big, giant, fun, muddling mess. And that's why, we love it. That's the whole point of a rock show. So,
there. Yeah, it's a special fellowship for the rock people,
mhm.
They all congregate together. You can see the energy from everybody. I agree with you there. It's the rawness that we can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys mentioned you got like couple, like 5, 6 more shows lined up like through, the beginning of the summer here. Are we going on? Are they local? Are they out like on the road? What's the story?
They're pretty much local, Jersey, Staten Island, North, South Jersey, and we're continuing to build. We're trying to get down into Delaware. We're trying to push out into Pennsylvania a little bit. But, it's kind of that thing. We want to emanate and grow our following from our foothold, from our home
Mhm.
base. And we think that's smartest, really get a good local following scene going and then branch out from there. So that's what we're doing. And, luckily, post-COVID, we're fully back because it was hard to get gigs at all a year
Oh,
ago.
for sure.
And now it's like everybody's getting gigs. So it went from like, no places really to play to now like competing to get into places and on lineups. But we're getting there. Like I said, it's a scratch and claw kind of thing. But we've got a lot of other bands we're friends with, so we're trying to put our own lineups together and go to clubs and say, hey, here's a great bill. So yeah, a lot of that's happening. As far as tour and something bigger than that, we hope to be doing that in the near future, but we got to take one step at a time. We're trying to take those steps two at a time, but everybody's got to cut their teeth, pay their dues, and roll up their sleeves, and that's the phase that we're in right now.
Yeah, and I think I mean, you guys have been doing this, for quite some time. You guys know what the deal is, but there's a lot of bands that just they're like, all right, we're here. Like, what are we? When's the tour? And it's like, guys, yo, you get you put like 3 singles on Spotify. Like, you gotta cut your teeth a little bit here, and and sometimes they'll get like one, a local opener slot on, with a national act. And they're like, all right, well, let's go. And it's like, no, you're going, but that was a step. Maybe that was, like you said, maybe that was a 2-stepper, which is great. But yeah, you just got to build, man. Yeah. And it's all about getting that audience, that core demographic. And they're the ones that are going to like everything on social media. They're going to buy all the local tickets. And then it's just going to build from there. It's just going to spread like wildfire. So yeah, man, I'm excited to see you guys keep, taking those 2-steppers, maybe a big puddle jump here and there, and we'll see what happens.
You never know. We're in it. We're meeting people. You never know who's in the crowd. You never know who's going to listen to this podcast, right? You never know. And we're dreamers and we're hopers, but we're also hard workers. So hopefully that combo will work for us. And in the meantime, we're having a great time. We're making music, No downside. And videos. Yeah, we're doing podcasts. Look at us.
There we go.
Come on, man.
I know. I don't even know if this is a podcast. I think it's just like an interview, but I call it a podcast. I was like, I think that's what the kids are calling it. So let's do that. We came out of the pandemic. I was like, I think I need a podcast. Everybody's doing a podcast. Is it an interview? Yeah, but it's like so what? You're going to talk to them for like 3 hours? Like, no, nobody can. I can't talk for 3 hours.
And who you calling kids? I would have called you a kid.
I'm 36. I don't know. I feel like super out of touch with all these, people in their 20s. They're doing like the TikTok videos with special effects and stuff. I feel like I'm like watching a Hollywood movie, but I don't know. I got a mic. I got a webcam here. It works. So, we talk some rock and roll.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah. The first time Pete asked me if I want to do a podcast, I said, yeah, I'll get my fishing rods. Let's go. That kind of a cast.
Oh man. See, Florida guys, man, everything's different down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, fellas, thank you so much for taking the time. We'll get you out of here. Who on Earth? Live at Dingbats on March 30th. They got a couple more tour dates scheduled. We got a link right down for you guys at the bottom. Check them out on Spotify. A couple of new singles are up there for you guys to stream and check out, as well as the first LP. And stay tuned. There's more to come. We're a 5-piece now. Sky's the limit. Let's go.
World domination. World domination is our motto.
Hell yeah.
Come see a wall of sound. That's what we're gonna need.
Yeah. I love that wall of sound. It's just a wall of sound. I think of just like all the amps just stacked up the Marshall stack.
Well, Matt, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us on. And you're going to be doing some photography for us. So we really look forward to working with you, man. And thank you. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, we'll be in touch, guys. All right. I'll see you in and around the 30th. It's going to be wild. I'm excited. All right. See you, pal. All right, guys. Rock on. See ya.